Well, hello, boys and girls. How are you today? Are you having a great day? I hope so. I am. This is Mr. Brisson, and we are going to do another science lesson. The last few lessons, or the last two lessons, we started discussing, we started exploring our planet. You remember what the Earth is made of, but not just what you can see outside. Things that we have not seen, things actually that no one has really seen. We just have theories based on rocks that we have explored and meteorites and things like that. So you remember that the Earth is made of layers, right? The Earth is made of layers. So if we could cut it in half, which you definitely don't want to do that, but if we could, we would see those different layers, right? The outer layer, a little bit more one inside, another one, and then we have that one there. And here are the names: crust, mantle, outer core, and the inner core. Last time we concentrated on the crust, which is the layer that we're walking on. It's the outermost layer. And let's quickly review some things that we discovered about the crust. Let's review real quick. So we said that it was the thinnest layer. It is the outermost layer, so it's the one on top where we're walking. It is on top of the mantle, right? On top of the mantle. So we're gonna really concentrate on this one today. The temperature increases as we get deeper. And the crust is made up of large plates. Do you remember the name of those plates? So they are tectonic plates, remember? And the theory is that they're constantly moving. So we have the oceanic tectonic plates and the continental tectonic plates. So the continents and the oceans are on this. And this is what makes up the crust. We have this converging boundaries, right? When two plates, remember? When two plates collided against each other. We have the diverging boundaries when they're moving apart from each other. And then we also have the sliding boundaries when they're sliding past each other. You remember that? Well, today's learning target is, I can explain how the Earth is made up of layers, okay? Which you already knew that. And specifically, we're going to explain what the mantle is. So we're going to concentrate on that second layer as we go deeper, right? If we could. But we're going to take like an imaginary journey as we go deeper. What is the mantle? What is it made of? What is the temperature? You know, what would we see? What would we feel if we were close to it? But before we completely get into what the mantle is, I'd like you to watch a video. Okay, so click on a link that is called Geyser's video, or the teacher is going to click it for you, okay? Open that video and take a moment, I think it's about maybe 4 minutes, to watch that video, okay? So what is a geyser? So do you know what a geyser is? Just in case you don't know, let's look at a picture of one. That's a geyser, okay? It is an explosion of water that just comes out of the earth, and it is hot, okay? It is very hot. So watch that video, and when you finish watching the video, what I want you to do is I want you to write, why do you think that water is hot? Okay? So why do you think that water is hot? So watch the video and then answer that question. So time to share now. Why is that water hot? Okay, so time to share with your classmates. So what do you guys think? Why is that water hot? We have a little guy down there with a stove heating up the water. And it happens in many parts in the world. So what's going on? Does it become hot all of a sudden when it comes to the surface? What is going on? So because of geysers and also volcanoes, because volcanoes are usually spewing melted rock, scientists figure, it's got to be hot down there. It's got to be hot inside that earth, because why would this water come out hot? Or why would this volcano spew, and erupt with all of this melted rock? It's so hot that it melts the rock? What's going on? So you can imagine that it's not cold down there, right? What is going on inside our planet? So what is one thing that you already know about the mantle? What is one thing that you already know? We can say that it is the layer under the crust, right? So it is under the crust. We already know that. Okay. Let's see what else we can find about the crust. Go ahead and click on the link that is called Mantle video, or the teacher is going to do it for you. Watch that and see what you can find. What else you can find about the mantle? What are some facts? What are some things that you can use to describe what that layer is all about? And as you watch the video, make a few stops to take notes, okay? Things that you find about the mantle, all right? So what are some things that you found out about the mantle? What are some things that you were able to write? It is time to share them now with your classmates. So share, what do you find out about the mantle? About that layer of the earth? So let's compare my notes with your notes, okay? And see if you have some of the things that I wrote down. So we already knew that it is under the crust, right? So we cannot see the mantle. It is the thickest layer. So the crust is very thin, but the mantle is very thick. Let's look at the picture one more time, at the diagram. We can see right here, look at how thin that crust is, and look at the thickness of the mantle. Whoa, that's like way, way thicker. I also wrote that where the mantle meets the crust, it is solid. So part of the mantle is solid. But I wrote that as we get deeper, the mantle is partially melted. So it's not like total liquid, but it's sort of like, kind of like a very, very thick, like a very, very thick material that is sort of melted. Okay? So if you didn't write that down, please write it down now. So aren't you glad we live on the crust? It gets pretty hot down there, right? It's so hot that it melts the rock. Wow. Well, now we're almost to the end of the lesson. And what I want you to do is to draw a Venn diagram that looks like this. So one circle is for crust, one is for mantle, and then where they meet is for both, okay? So some things that are unique about the crust, some things that are unique about the mantle, and what are some things that are the same, or maybe one thing, if you cannot find more, about the crust and the mantle. And now it is time to share with your classmates, what did you find that was the same about the mantle and the crust, and what is different about the two of them? Okay, boys and girls, so now we know a lot more about the mantle, okay? We also reviewed a little bit the crust, so we know the crust, we know the mantle, we know a lot about the first two layers of the earth. Now we want to keep going, but that's going to be another lesson. We're going to keep going to the center of our planet to see what is happening in there. So I hope that you have a great day, and I hope that when you think of our planet, you think, oh my goodness, A lot is going on inside our planet that I had no idea. And are we glad that we live on the crust? Nice and comfortable. Anyways, have a great day. Remember that science is everywhere. Look for it, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Have a good day.